Good morning, ladies. My name is Chad, and welcome to the What Is Him Slam Bam. Or no, Slayer, not Slam Bam. It's the other custom character that I usually make. So, Slayer, in this What If, is Momo's brother. So basically, I have these habits of creating siblings for any characters. So, probably tomorrow, or when I get a chance, probably get a, what if, Shiraki-san had a brother? Or, what if she had a brother? Because in this, but I'll get back on topic. So in this What If, Slayer has the same color hair as his sister. So, yeah. But because his powers is infinity and zero, his quirk is almost about the same thing as Momo's. But he has, instead of using his fatness, he uses the, elements from, buildings or sky into those. He redo them, and plus he doesn't have to know the, body structure thing of it. Okay? Plus he's very good at swordplay, so he mostly thinks on, protecting his friends and his family more than anything in the world. Yeah, once his power gets triggered, yeah. So, let's just say he's a powerhouse in this video. Yeah, he's a powerhouse. So, now let's begin with them being born. He was first to come out of the room, followed by Momo. Oh, number 2 person. Yeah, so they were growing up. About age of 4, the quirk doctor tells them that Momo has creation, and their son is quirkless. And so, what do? They got rid of her brother. When he was only age of 4. After. So, yeah. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Basically, so he walks around. He makes stuff out of thin air. He made a machine that uses air to, turn into toast. So, yeah. And then yeah. So, and he does have a quirk, but when those three items that of his fused into one major skill that he has, the it only activates means as it he could feel it as yeah. So one day after age of like after he was such in pain, or like one day when he was just walking around, or he was walking on a shoreline, as heart start to as he feels something, he stops and collapsed, as he couldn't control it, as it felt like someone just lit his organs on fire. Yeah. And yeah. And then it happened. His quirk, his power, have now been upgraded to Forge of creation. Yeah, it's a skill. So he still has his quirk. He has his two abilities, and he also now has a skill. So in this alternate universe, or in this what if universe, whoever contains a quirk and skill, or whoever contains a quirk, ability, and skills are now, yeah. So Zuko in this what if too, but he was not born quirkless. Sorry, he was born with flame ultimate manipulation or elemental manipulation, and it does well with other quirks. So yeah. So then as he gets up, as like he felt something different, totally different. Like instead of being a normal human, no one, or actually no one came or heard him screaming. As he just lies there, thinking, as he used, like he tries to think, but then his power activated. He took the machine that was making like toasting out of thin air and fusing it with the water substance, the water purifier, and it created a whole new machine like fused them together, literally. Yeah. So he says, that was probably boring. But then he what came out was a full size breakfast, lunch, dinner in a substance. Not as he ate it, as he it was at his eye, like he could not believe that someone or with his abilities, or he could not believe that he created this as his. So when he did realize he did have a power ability of infinity and zero. So basically, he he was like trying to think of what. So he created a new device. As he scanned himself, well, as it says, it was scans for quirks, abilities, and skills, and inside of a person, and without having to go to a quirk doctor every day. But when he looked at himself, he saw the he had all four of the abilities: quirk, ability, and now a skill, and that also bumped his, like, the fourth thing up to, as he says, great. Now I'm probably the most powerfulest person. Yeah. So he goes to, like, he creates money, and every single week, it's like real money he prints. Not the, like, be one and done. No. He created the money maker thing that prints out real life money. As he could not believe. And yeah, he made over 9 bazillion per day. Yeah. So he shrinks it down, puts it in his backpack, so that so it's out of thin air. So, aka, he takes the air thing, like particles in the air, turning them into money. Yeah. So he goes to the bank to cash them all in. And yeah, he has over 9.16 trillion tons tons, or yeah, of money that he has flowed into his account. He has it over past Momo's and or like his own family's way much. So he bought himself a house, like a mansion, his own company, and he made like super kits, like 10 and per rounds. He also bought one more facility so that he can have it for like if villains want to. Okay? So he starts from the weakest. So let's go back a little bit. So at age of 3, a certain girl, her, finds interested in this boy. Because she thinks that he might be special, as she wants him to do that. So, basically, yeah. So, in her little group, was like that, and she wasn't the brightest of fella, but she was the smartest one. So when she says that when she tried to push a door instead of pull it, well, her friend, or that same kid, Slayer, says, are you trying to like push it instead of pull it? It says pull, not push. As he grabs the handle and pulls it, as she kind of felt dumb about that, but in reality, she never understood why. So now, let's do a time skip to about 15. And he has his own company. He has 2 separate companies that have one about the villain or the kids play and have fun and be safe thing and all that stuff. Then we have the real one, or real business, that brings him in almost 9 point zillion. And that's pretty much per day. So, or per second. Yeah. So, he goes to UA to become a pro hero. And so, he meets up, or actually, yeah, her, she recognizes him from the newspapers, where, as she says, her little group is wanted to just run up to him and straight up hug him. So does her, but she recognizes him right off the bat. Huh. Of course, she tried to do the same thing, but he says, huh, you're still the same person that I always remember. As she's like giggling at herself. Yeah, so does he. As he did the test thing way faster than his own sister and her were. I said and her were done way faster. So yeah. So he was just relaxing. He got 100%. And he got covered his eyes as he's just so relaxed. So then now the robot part. As Momo completely forgot about him. Because, yeah. So, then, the Slayer, because he doesn't have the last name anymore because of he got abandoned by his parents, as he thinks about it, as he uses his infinity power to gain a new skill or new power or new quirk called Tremor. You think I'm leaving the Whitebeard from One Piece's Delphoot out of this? No, no, no. So then he used the tremor thing, but it's modified. So, and when he tossed it around, yeah, he destroyed, or he left the buildings intact, but 1-pointers, 2-pointers, 3-pointers weren't so lucky. It like flushes them out. As he says, huh, that's just fun. Now, as he grabs the air, like how Whitebeard does, and when he like does that, he really gets his power going. As everyone could feel him having fun with this. And some of the students says he's cheating because he went like before the 3, 2, 1. So yeah, he did that. But the Music Mike says like something really funny that makes me laugh, no villain can wait for you to do a countdown thing. So, yeah, follow his lead. As most of the robots that were in the city thing, or fake city, they all got wiped out by that single attack. As he says, whoopsies. I did not mean to um, get that reckless, am I? As need a little bit more training on the tremor quirk. As Momo looks over, and when she says, tremor? What does that quirk do? Well, name supplies that it's a, like, earthquake. It allows me to basically cause, like, tremor and no. So, yeah. So then she thinks that it's weird to have a person with unlimited. As when he was gonna walk out, he gets stopped by her. As she asks him out on a date. Not just her, by her or by those 5. So basically, he says, okay, hey. Yeah. So then he ends up dating all of them. And when he got the invitation to go to UA, yeah, as so he upgraded his security system to the absolute max. And he also, so yeah, he creates Roman and sorry. So the basically he has more power. So she asks him that, or she could tell that or actually she could tell that he was hiding something. As she tells him that, okay, how did you become this powerful? Oh. So, please tell us. As he says, okay. He as he scans himself again, as the computer read, because there's a checklist thing of who has a quirk, or there's quirkless, quirked, abilities, skills, and like anything that I can remember at this time. So yeah, so he read it, and when she did, she she knew, like she knew he's special, because when he did a scan on all of them, they just have like quirks, and but when he scanned himself, their faces went from like, okay, this kid has, and then into like the one up here, the one up here. Like, wait, so you have every single thing? Yep. Thing. My abilities have infinity and zero. And I gain more her quirks. So basically, like, the skill that I have is called Forge. And so, yeah, as he says that. So, the so then after he, of course, I'm skipping the ball throw. He's in class 1A with Momo too. So, yeah. So then he ends up going to, or like after the ball throw, or I'm skipping the heroes versus villains. Then the sports festival, or USJ thing was that as he creates out of thin air 2 cannons, or 4 cannons, as he says this. Ready? Take fire! Boom, 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 boom. As he wipes out the entire, like, villains with just a wave. As Momo is getting suspicious of, usually she has it, or usually she creates it from her own body, like her, like stomach cells things, and but she only could make 3, but him making it 4. So basically, someone tells him or tells her that this kid isn't just a normal quirked kid. As now commentary, the yeah, so basically she thinks right that the her brother isn't like normal person. So now, yeah. So he ends up creating a special cannonball that, as he takes care of Anomu in about 2 seconds. He'll blast him in the head, boom! It destroyed the brain. Yeah, as the Nomu dies. Yeah. So then the sports the sports festival happens as yeah, he showed his true power. As he says, as his body starts to react more and more, form more fusions things, as it was, yeah, so he basically tries to do whatever he wants. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, when watching the sports festival, he, er, his, or Momo's family was watching, and yeah, the Momo's family watched the yeah. So basically, she you know, she lost to like whoever I forgot, and but the she gets a phone call after the because she was disqualified, as it was between now Dark Shadow versus her brother. And when she heard that the Slayer, her kid, was actually her brother, the one that is dating that girl with a monocle over her eye. Yeah. And when she heard that, she was like, okay, so are you sure? Yes. The, the I went to the file thing, and yeah. So Dark Shadow versus him. Because he already beat Bakugo, so he comes up and so he says, huh, you beaten your own classmate? Really? As he could think of something that take care of what's opposite to dark, the light. As a blinding aura. It's almost similar to Dark Shadow, formed from him, as he says that now let me demonstrate my true potential. As he shows the power. As, yeah, as they could not believe. All of them could not believe that this kid might be the only person that can wield powers that beyond human understanding. So, yeah, basically, Momo decides, okay, what gives? As after the whole like thing, she says, what gives? And or she insults her brother. Like, what gives? And the you have do you have multiple quirks or what? Because You probably don't remember me. It's been a long time, brother. Ah, my little sister. Or my sister, right? Yeah, it's been a long time. How's the family doing? Oh, they're good. They miss you, by the way. They wish that the quirks or quirkless people doesn't have to suffer like that. Huh. Well, it's quite contrary. The as he explains that the no kid should have had this much power, however, in the first place. As she doesn't know what he's saying, but then the that girl says, or she knows what he's saying, as she walks up, as she explains that your brother is the only one that can wield all of those like things. If you don't believe me, as he does, or as he creates a machine, that same machine, as he demonstrates, like, or he scans her, as Momo doesn't even realize she's only one child. Like, she only does the quirk. Like, that's what she has, a quirk. Because there's a lot of listing going. And yeah, and when they scanned him, he has, yeah. So and when what Momo saw, yeah. So he's 100%. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. And his sister could not believe that he actually has a infinity and zero as his powers, and he has quirks and everything. As one thing that he really missed when he was only age of 4 before the quirk doctor, he missed to be in like the family thing. Yeah. So yeah, Zuko or the Slayer did like win in the battle, and then so it was Todoroki versus Zuko. Todoroki lost to Zuko, and yeah, and then so then now it's Zuko versus Todoroki, or no, Zuko versus Slayer, and then Slayer versus Zuko, and they start battling. He is ready to go toe to toe with, yeah. So, yeah. So then after that, Slayer wins because he's like, huh. He explains that seems like you need more training, Zuko, as he starts smiling and giggling. Then as he had dents on his on his body, but Zuko, he appreciates it because it's just he doesn't want to kill them all with just a single attack. That's pretty reckless. So then the girl, she knows that he's holding back in this, and she basically, or all of them, or one of them, actually told him that or let's say it was Bakugo, his friend, was doing all that stuff. So, yeah. As, of course, at the villain's base, All for One is smiling because he could feel the aura of someone that's more powerful than him. Yeah. Him. So then, yeah. So, a time skip to All Might versus All for One. Because I'm skipping the camp arc, So, All Might was down but not out, but the All for One uses his cannon thing, and Zuko, or the Slayer, is now going to use his ultimate power. He's gonna, he fused all of his power, like his quirks, his everything, into one hun. And you know what it upgraded to? The entire galaxy. Yeah. It's powerful than anyone's. And it's powerful. No one even comes close to wielding its full potential. Except for Slayer. So when he activated it, he zoom. He stops the All for One's attack. As he says that what he is too powerful, as he smacks people around like a little fish. Yeah, he smacks All for One around. His eyes are glowing as he teleports All for One into a alternate universe where it was a zombie world. As Zuko used his full power to create a spirit bomb, and through the hat, it was so brighter than the sun itself, as he throws it down, obliterates the entire multiverse, or that zombie world, with All for One in it. Yeah, it destroyed All for One. Everything. Yeah. And Zuko, or as Slayer, comes back to his reality thing, and he wasn't infected at all. Like, literally, he can... Give me a moment, dude. So, yeah. So then, he... was out in space, and then he does it. Boom. As he throws the... He killed basically everyone on that planet. Then when he came back, as he... Yeah. Yeah, so he basically says, that was a pretty powerful attack. And Zuko, who looks at All Might as he fixes All Might up fully. So All Might went from being able to go back and forth from big All Might to small and then big thing. But Zuko, or the Slayer, fixed him up. So now he's in prime All Might. So then the whole shenanigans, his parents, their eyes were wide as, or they could not believe that their son is the most powerfulest person in the world. Wielding that much power is like, for him, is like lifting a chew toy. From the, So, basically, yeah. Zuko was pretty powerful. Or, Slayer was pretty powerful. He's done... So, Principal Nezu walks up to him and tells him that what name would you, or do you want to call your new ability? Well, I think I know what ability that I will call it. The Galaxy. See. Really? Yeah. Because I could feel every... It's just, you know how it felt first time I felt this much pain, or when I was walking around by myself? It felt like my organs were just ready to catch a fire. So he basically, as Nezu respects that. That's like galaxy type, yeah. That's above all of them. So, yeah. He still dates them. And after that, I'm skipping the overhaul fight. So yeah, the so he gets married to all 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So yeah, he still visits his sister and his family. And his family says, "How does it feel to be the most powerfulest person in the world?" Home Slayer. Well, the having this much power is like that I have no idea. Because I chose the only thing that I chose, as Slayer says, is to protect my friends, my family, everything. That's all I wanted. And of course, the Momo, or actually Todoroki, wasn't being. He wants to test his power out for himself. Like when he got a new upgrade. As Todoroki agrees, is as yeah, so is the Zuko, or as the this time it was holding, or last time I was holding back because I respected all of you as a people, but now you want to see my true powers? I'll be right then and there, as everyone's like wants to see it for themselves. So yeah, he used his full power. Not holding back, as he used the ultimate technique called drop off. I was trying to think of a new attack name, but drop off, as when he let go. Let's say there was a bunch of like, or actually it was a small version of a like more impact version of this blue light thing, the spirit bomb, or little spear, and when it hit through down, it does something different. Instead of obliterates people, but this one teleports them all the way to like anywhere that he placed his mark. So he placed the mark right next to, or into the sky, like 500 feet. So yeah. So bye. This is actually the end, so I just fill in. So bye.